first trial fit of the bits, and I need to move the whole thing further out. I didn't realise just how much this cover overhung the edge of the tray. It's actually about 4 inches, so you need to consider that when positioning the bed. I shall move it out so that I'll move it out another couple of inches so that that can come straight off. That's the power lead in, and that fits quite nicely. I'll put a grommet up there. Should really have a grommet when you're passing through any cables through metal work, but that's worked out quite well. The cable just comes out inside there and kept in place just by the fan. So we just got to put probably a little DC socket in there for the fan. Now, one of the things I did in my misspent youth was ride and race motorcycles, and one of the favourite things to do with your motorcycle covers, because generally I couldn't afford new ones, so we had crap old bikes, was just to take all the varnish off and polish all the crankcases, and that's essentially what I'm going to do here. And I've already taken all the casting flash off and made it smooth. I'm just going to polish it. This is just a rough casting. It looks dirty. It always will, because it will attract the dirt. So I'm just going to use some wet and dry and smooth it down, and then we'll get it on the butter and polish it. It's not going to make it perform any better. It's just going to be nicer to handle, and it'll look better. And again, this demonstrates just why we dismantle things. Just metal filings, rubbish everywhere. Nasty. No wonder it felt rough when it moved. We'll give that all a good clean up. And see if we can improve matters. This is the new keeper plate. It's not quite finished, still got some material to take away. I'm taking it easy. This is the phosphor bronze bar that sits in there with screws at the bottom to adjust. So it's a nice fit. One of the issues that I've discovered is I just don't understand why this looks like it's just hand ground, and it's not flat at all. So I think I'm going to put that on the mill and just skim that flat so that sits nicely on there. It's a lot of work, but might as well get it right. Got the new plate on, just doing some final adjustment. I've got 0.2 there. I've got at least 2 millimeters of adjustment, which is more than adequate. But I'm just going to take a little bit off. I'd like just 0.1 or 0 to 0.1 to start with. That's certainly better than it was to begin with. So back on the mill. So this is the it's a 1/4 inch piece of phosphor bronze that I milled both sides to get under the skin so it doesn't bend, and that just is a snug fit in that pocket. Pocket's about 5 mil deep, so sorry, 4 mil deep, 4.5 mil. So plenty of adjustment. And I've machined this so that it is, that there's 0.05 of a gap. So almost size. I've got plenty of adjustment. That's come out well. And finally, finish the new keeper plate to replace this piece of shite. Has a phosphor bronze strip set into the plate that I can adjust so that there's no play, but it moves nicely. I'm not sure whether I haven't decided whether I'm going to paint this or polish it. I might just black this, might paint it, I don't know. But that's one job sorted, and I've got to look at the situation on the other side now. I recall it wasn't anywhere near as bad as this piece of rubbish. So that's done. On to the next job.